One thing that I wanted to just discuss, I guess, was the Darwin Núñez cameo yesterday. Look, I'm of the mindset that he will move on this summer, and it's the right thing to do, and it's good for everybody. But there's also the shop window aspect to talk about, and it would be unfair of me, Steve, not to say that I thought Darwin did well when he was on yesterday.
Are you asking me as a chief member of the Darwin Núñez fan club here? I listen. I unashamedly love the guy. Just love him. I love his energy. I love his work rate. I love his maybe not so much the end product sometimes. I think, but I'm in no rush to see him go. If he feels like he wants a new start, wants to try somewhere else, isn't getting the chances he wants, if he's been told he's not going to get so much football this year, then fine. He's only a young man. Go and find yourself a new club. But I'd be in absolutely no rush to get rid of him because I think I'm still hanging on to that feeling that there's a proper gem in there somewhere, like that you just someone's going to unlock it in him, and he's going to be a proper player. I may be proved wrong. In 10 years, we'll have a chat and we'll see if I was right. But I just think he's worth holding on to.
For me, Chris. I can see a world where he'll go to Napoli and score 35 in the season. I just wonder, is it the wrong culture for him at Liverpool and in the Premier League? I don't think I can argue that he has all the tools in his locker to be a top player. It's there, you can see it. But something, whether it's an arm around the shoulder manager like Conte or something, just isn't working. We've had two different coaches. He's had 2.5 years. I just don't see it turning around personally for me.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm more on that side of things. I very much used to be on that side, Steve, but I think I felt too many pieces of heartbreak from him missing sitters. There's actually two worlds for this, right? I actually wouldn't mind keeping him because I think he is a good plan B. But if that sale helps us unlock something better, probably a good segue, Craig. Then that for me would be the reason to sell him. I wouldn't hold on to him at the detriment of potentially getting Alexander Isak. Basically, is that he is possibly one of the only strikers I would think is an upgrade on Darwin that is available on the market at the moment. I don't think there's actually that many. If you look across Europe, that there really isn't. I mean, you've got Ekitike potentially going to Newcastle. You've got Isak. Unless you dig out some random unknown gem that is available for peanuts, then you ain't getting anyone better than him. So I think that's the only scenario in which I would sell him.
I think the fact that we're negotiating with Napoli, or at least those conversations are taking place, leads me to believe that he'll move on. But I do want to say this to you, Steve. I always find it very difficult when I'm doing my shows or my streams to criticize anyone who wants to support a player. It's very difficult because I want people to support their players. So I totally understand the viewpoint of somebody who wants Darwin to succeed because I think he is the epitome of the phrase mercurial talent.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? Like I mean, whether he leaves or he stays, if he leaves tomorrow, he's given us some moments, hasn't he? Like good and bad. We've had, think of that Brentford game last season. He's just, yeah.
He's our Mario Balotelli.
It's wild. Well, yeah, but I think he's better than Mario Balotelli.
Oh, he is better.
He's a bit less liable to set fire to his house or that sort of thing. So he's. I do actually. Well, I don't disagree with Chris. With you, Chris. When if it, I don't know if we're segueing into transfers here, but I'm probably the only Liverpool fan who's just like Alexander Isak he's a really good player, but he is not this world beater that everyone makes him out to be. He just isn't. Like he just isn't. He is. If we're paying 150 million quid for Alexander Isak, I find that absolutely bonkers. To me, like I think he's a really good player, and I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Like he's really good, but we're making him out to be this like Messi and Pele, wrapped up into a 6'4" beanpole. I just don't get it.
For me, if
not
I
quite
was
there.
dream scenario, big war chest, any amount of money, I would love Alvarez, but I don't think
Yeah,
he wants to come
miles
back.
better player.
I don't think he wants to come back to England because of the climate and other stuff. But for me, he's the tailor-made perfect fit for the way we play.
Yeah, miles better player for me. Miles better all-round player. Like I say, like Isak, if he came in, I'm sure he'd score a lot of goals. He'd be very popular. He would do a good job. But the amount of money it'll take to prize him out of Newcastle, I don't know if I can see it. I feels like they're preparing for it. This Ekitike thing, there's no way they're buying him to play with him because they're quite similar, aren't they? So, there's absolutely no way they're switching to a 4-4-2 all of a sudden and playing two up front.
I have a
So,
theory on that one, Steve.
go
My
on.
theory is obviously Hughes and Edwards are mates. Or sorry, Howe and Hughes were mates, haven't been at Bournemouth together. They
Yeah.
don't want the world knowing that they have Isak money there if they're going out to try and negotiate for a striker. So I'm definitely falling into the trap of thinking that everyone's just being calm until they sign Ekatike and then it happens. Or at least we try to make it happen. Because like you said, I don't see a world where they sign Ekatike, Alanga, Trafford and a centre back without bringing in some money.
No, can't see it. And they're quite similar players, like I just said. So unless they're going to completely change their formation, I don't really see it.
The only thing with the price tag, I think, and I think the only reason why he's so expensive is because there is no one else out there in the market that is anywhere near his level. Like they're literally, honestly, as you mentioned, Alvarez, he is, but who, like, if you're looking for a out and out number 9, I struggle to think of anyone close. Like, and I don't actually think if you put Isak in, in the era of, mid noughties where the striker was a thriving role, I don't think he would thrive as much as he is now, or be valued as much as he is now anywhere near. But because we're in an era where there's such a dearth of proper number 9s, I think that's why he's so skyrocketed. And to be honest, if we're going to play with one, he would be the one that the best available, unfortunately. Which is like for 150 million is nuts. But
Hey,
he is
Steve,
sick.
I've been waiting a long time to say this to you, my friend. A long, long, long time. FSG are great, aren't they?
Oh my word, mate! I can remember like when we used to do this. I can remember doing this around the whole Super League stuff, and you had a different take on them back then. I'll tell you, but no, look, I can remember saying to you back then, like, you've got to be careful what you wish for when it comes to owners. And ours, they've made mistakes and they're businessmen and they want to make money. Be under no illusions they want to make money. But I also believe that in the league table of owners, they are up there. And I think they've, this summer, we've been asking, haven't we, for them to put their money where their mouths are and actually, act like a big club. And the Florian Wirtz thing is, we couldn't have done anything more. Like that's as much of a statement as I can recall as making ever. So yeah. Well, look, I'm sure you're not sending John Henry Christmas cards just yet, but I do think I've always kind of felt that like I said, you've got to be careful what you wish for a little bit with owners, because if they sold up, you get some Saudis or whatever it is,